Hello and welcome. You're watching Head to Head on UATV and I am Oleksandra Romantsova. Over 60 Ukrainians are being illegally held in Russia or in occupied territories of Donbas and Crimea. Who are these prisoners of Kremlin and how to help them? We'll discuss this today with Oleksandra Romantsova, Deputy Head of the Board at the Center for Civil Liberties. Hello, thank you for joining us.
Hello.
So just for the viewer to understand, Ukraine's Minister of Foreign Affairs said today that, quote, Ukrainian political prisoners might be released during the World Cup. What's your take on this statement? Is it as serious and to be taken seriously?
I think it's serious because World Cup, it's only one period when all media attention concentrated by Russia Federation, and not only because football celebration there now, but all situation in the Russia like in the big lights. So only now we can show in how many problems Russia create for people. You told about 60 in our list. Let My People Go. It's campaign which we coordinate from 2014. We have 70 stories. Political motivated arrested. Mostly of them was arrested in the Crimea and after the transfer in the territory of mainland of Russia Federation. So all these people, why we told them about like political prisoners, they sitting not because they're doing something actually. They just accused that about spy, extremism or terrorism action, only because Russian Federation needs such media story, you know, they need showing that enemies around the Russian Federation, around the Crimea, so only Russian Federation, Parliament and Russian Federation, I don't know, army can protect you.
So it's to show authorities.
Yeah, so all these stories, why we think about that it's media stories, because they usually brightly like follow up in moment when they arrest people, and after that courts and quiet, you silence about how the destiny of all these people. So after this, because it's like material is finished, that's all, game over. And now when these slides inside the Russia Federation, a lot of international journalists going there, a lot of diplomacy, a lot of sportsmen, a lot of just the people going there, it's time now to showing what happened with the people there. And not only Sentsov. Sentsov, it's one of the bright story what happened with people there, and because he is a really brave hero for us who started this hunger strike. And but it's about all
he's a mediatic figure.
Yeah, but this mediatic figure, before that, when he was just a film director in Crimea, he wasn't so famous. He was just the people who have the courage to say that I want to be that Crimea is Ukraine, and I want to that be next stage is same. So it's really important for us to showing not only his story, but story for whole political prisoners.
Now, this statement seemed a bit optimistic because Ukraine's Parliamentary Commissioner for Human Rights, Milla Denisova, today has been denied access for the second time in 2 weeks to a prison. Let's listen to her now.
Now that there is a permission from the court and all the formalities are out of the way and in accordance with the Russian law, we don't know what they will use as a pretext to prevent our visit. We'll be waiting until 5:30 p.m., after which it will be impossible to visit Roman Sushenko. The permission is for June the 18th, so we'll be waiting until they let us in.
So today was Sushenko, before that was Sentsov. How can Mr. Klimkin be that optimistic when Mrs. Denisova is denied access? How do you explain this denial of access?
Because we have a supporting of international community, and we have so global action like Let My People Go before, and now Save Oleksandra. It's touched more than 70 cities in whole the world, and a lot of famous people like really king. It always was for me like a miracle. Support Oleg and support the people who are arrested by political motivation, and that's meaning that now we have this possibility. Now we have this period of opportunities when we can pressure Russia Federation, pressure by their image, not only like some diplomatic way or some, I don't know, business way or some even sanction way. Now it's their like commercial about Russian Federation. So now we can use it, this period, like all this attention put not only about football, but put it in the question of human rights and political prisoners in Russia Federation.
But maybe because there is a paradox here, is the fact that it might play in the hand of Mr. Putin, because the fact, like, let's say he releases the prisoner during the World Cup, then he looks good, and that makes him look good.
Yeah.
How to avoid that Putin still looks good, you know, and being the good guy in that case, by how to avoid that kind of manipulation? How can Ukraine avoid that kind of manipulation of image by Putin?
It's specific way, because first of all he need not only just release people that technically they ask him to sign by people that yes, I am guilty, so just please send me by my mainland, my native land, for sitting in like in the jail there. And any our political prisoners don't want to sign this. They don't want to sign that I'm guilty. So it's technically really, how is it called, really hard for president image to say that, okay, I release them only because all around me pressure me, because he is strong, he is always showing the power. So it's hard work for them. That's why I think that was create this dialogue between two ombudsmen. But all this situation with our Ukrainian ombudsman, that she don't have access, like in third jail, with not only Oleksandra, but she can visit and don't have access to Karpuk and now to Sushenka. That mean that decision not accept now. So we don't have a green light for really change, or I don't know, releasing of our political prisoners. So we need more pushing them,
and especially for the for the health of Mr. Sentsov, who's like in a long hunger strike now. What happens if it ends bad?
He told to his sister and to people who have sent the letter to him, and he answered that his solution, so he decided that even his dying can help, so he will do that. So, and we know that his character too strong enough to do that really. And now even they talk about that they can feed them force feed. Yeah, force feeding. But I hope that they will not do that, because it's one of heart of torture. And but answer, if we were told about in the situation when he started feel so bad that he can die, so I hope that rehabilitation and medicine in this jail can help him. But if it's happened, it will be like legend story. Seriously, it will be. I think it will be one of the symbol, and he prepared for that. He prepared to start to be a symbol. I hope we don't have. I hope it will be like a happy end story, and like Nelson Mandela, maybe Oleksandra started to be our next president, like something like this. So I hope that it will be like this, and not so like just one more symbol who died in Russian gulag.
Yeah, because Russia is not well known to respect martyrs.
Yeah.
So hopefully it won't end like that. Well, thank you very much for this overview. It was a pleasure to have you in the studio tonight. That was Oleksandra Romantsova from the Center for Civil Liberties. Thank you for watching the program. Stay tuned for the rest.